my name's Femke.
And I am Bruno, and we have created this YouTube channel to share our passion for wristwatches and mix it up with a little bit of philosophy and psychology.
And this is our first video, and we would like to talk about how to get your girlfriend, or basically anyone, your friend, your uncle, your mom, whoever you want, into watches. And for this video today, we would like to add a little bit twist of psychology into this video. And we're gonna do that by incorporating some ideas of Carl Rogers into this video. But a bit of a disclaimer, Carl Rogers didn't really mean for this concept to be applied in this way. We're just having a little bit of fun and like teaching you some definitions while talking about something which we love, which is
Watches.
So let's get into the video.
You're so...
So first of all, when trying to get your girlfriend or anyone into watches, you should have no expectations whatsoever.
Like, not at all.
No, nada, no pues, zip. And you might be thinking, why is that? Well, the first concept that we're introducing of Rogers is unconditional positive regard, which means that you're just basically showing appreciation without expecting anything back. You give someone something just because it's a gift and you like them, and that's it. No strings attached, no, oh, you should like this. Like, for example, when you give someone...
For Christmas.
For Christmas.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's a very classic thing, or Valentine's Day, or whatever. There's like this expectation that, oh, I need to give something, and therefore the other person is going to be like, hey, I'm receiving this item, and I need to like it, even, or I need to at least pretend, or at least I need to wear it sometimes.
A couple of times.
Because if not, the other person is going to think like, oh, what a bad gift, or whatever. So basically, by deleting all these expectations from the gift, you can actually manage to make the person enjoy the item as it is. Like, there's no attachment given by a date or by a specific moment, and then the person can be like, hey, I like it for what it is and not for what it is supposed to mean.
And it's not only the gift, the act in and of itself is just an act of unconditional positive regard, of unconditional love, an unconditional gift.
Yeah, like for example, I remember the first watch I actually bought you, which, disclaimer, was a Daniel Wellington watch. We were not that much into watches at the time. So.
I wasn't into watches whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I was not really into watches
You
either.
had a couple of watches.
I had a couple of watches, but I would have never thought of, okay, I'm gonna open a YouTube channel to talk about watches or something like that. Yeah. And I bought her a Daniel Wellington because at the time, well, first of all, okay, I was not an expert, but second and most importantly, she wanted to start. She was starting to see patients as a psychologist, or she was just
practice patients.
Yeah, practice patients. Okay, sorry, practice patients.
No real patients.
You know, and she wanted to already have the experience, and of course, watching the time in your phone is a little bit disrespectful towards the person that you are trying to help out, right? So I mean, just lifting off the cuff and being able to see the time. That's...
Yeah, I wanted to be able to like very discreetly, because I was studying psychology, and I wanted to very discreetly just be able to like track the time, and not have to worry, does this room have a clock or whatever.
So she needed something that was casual, that was going to work on multiple settings. She also, I know for a fact, because I know her, like she's not, she doesn't like big chunky things, or she's not into, I don't know, like diamonds or those type of things. So she wanted something very minimalistic, very simplistic. And now I know in the comments someone might be able to tell us, oh, you should have bought her like a Junghans or something like that. Okay.
We didn't know.
We didn't know better, okay? But the whole point here is that I tried to search for something that was within my budget, that and I didn't wait it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna wait for Valentine's Day or for Christmas to give her this. I just saw the opportunity to give her something that might help her in her life, and I just took the chance.
Yeah, and you just gave it to me on a random day.
Yeah, you just arrived, I think, from university or something. I just was like, hey.
Yeah, and it was lovely. It was a very nice surprise.
There you go, guys. And this kind of connects with the second point of what Roger says, that is congruence. You know, try to try to buy something that truly represents who your girlfriend is. Like, we are very complex beings, and sometimes we tend to try to minimize ourselves or to pinpoint one or two things and make them like, oh, this is your entire personality. That's just not true. Just because your girlfriend goes to the office or something like that doesn't mean that she actually enjoys going to it. Yeah, as an office person or workaholic, it just has to pay the bills, you know. Just because she goes to the gym doesn't mean that she actually is into sports. It can just mean that she just wants to look good, you know, or healthy or whatever.
Well, maybe it does actually mean she identifies with it, and that's an important part of her life. Congruence in and of itself just means that the way, or what Rogers thinks or says, is that the way we act, the way we express ourselves is congruent, so aligns with who we actually are from the inside towards the outside. So we behave however we are. We are congruent with our own identity, and that's kind of what we're trying to tell you as the second point. Is like, first of all, you should just buy the gift whenever, and it should be just a nice positive thing. And then as a second point, it should really match the person that you're trying to get into watches. They should really enjoy it, because if you're just buying I don't know, you really love, for example, Bruno really loves Breitling and I find them ugly. So if he would, like, in and of itself, he would buy me a watch and he would be like, oh wow, Breitling is such a beautiful watch, I really like them. He will buy them to me. It doesn't really fit me. It doesn't really fit my identity. It doesn't fit my style. I would not be wearing it.
I guess I am just a sketchy dude. If you know, you know. Anyway, so anyway, so the whole thing is that you can look. I mean, I'm gonna talk to all the guys out here. Like, just because you have 5 divers doesn't mean she's gonna like divers.
No.
She might not be into chronographs, or maybe she is. Like, maybe she's. You go to the street and you see girls wearing dive watches, and maybe they don't like the casual. Like the gala style watch, whatever. But that's like kind of like your homework, you know. You gotta really think of the person and say like, hey, am I really making this person a favor by giving them this watch, or am I just really putting a burden on them, you know?
Is this watch congruent with who they actually? You should. This not like in a weird way, but you should really study and observe your girlfriend or it's weird, but it's gonna help, because you should really know what they like. You should really get to know them. Does she wear jewelry? If she wears jewelry, what type of jewelry, what type of material, what type of watch could that translate into? Is it a more dainty watch? Yeah.
I mean, even look, if you feel like you have an idea and you would like a specific recommendation, for example, you can always drop us a comment, and here the girl of the channel is gonna pinpoint you where to go, right?
But don't pinpoint me if I'm wrong, because I actually don't know your girlfriend. But maybe we can actually give you some examples. For example,
I think you're a great example.
I'm a great example.
I think she's a great example because, for example, you are very outdoorsy.
I am.
Yeah, even though, I mean, during the day, during the week, of course, for example, like as a psychologist, you have to work like you know,
inside.
You have to work inside and everything. But like how you feel about yourself is like an outdoorsy person. I mean,
you were a boy scout.
You're a scout, a Girl Scout.
I was a Girl Scout. I used to be a scout.
And which watch are you wearing right now? Like,
I'm wearing a Hamilton, and I love it because it's
like, I mean, to be completely honest, I would have never thought of okay, I'm gonna give my girlfriend. A Hamilton khaki, you know, like the field utilitarian watch par excellence.
Well, you didn't give it. I bought it.
No, I know, but like what I'm trying to say, the point I'm trying to make is like I would have never done that, and it is only through observation. I said like, that actually makes sense, and you actually like Dirty Dozen watches precisely of like
because of what they represent, because it's congruent with a part of my identity, which is a love for the outdoors, and it like really fits because it gives me that outdoorsy, woodsy feeling of just like going and hiking in the mountains. So it's congruent with me, and that's why I love this watch.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think we can go towards the last point, which is empathetic understanding, which can be very bluntly summarized as respect her watch journey.
And this is probably the most difficult thing for everyone.
Yeah, especially, look guys, I mean, we gotta level the field here, right? Like, just because you like divers doesn't mean that you can just expect her to also like the same type of watches, the same divers that you like.
Or if you really tried and you really tried to get a nice watch for her and she's like, nah, I'm just not a watch person, that might happen.
Yeah, or she might end up actually liking watches that you don't like.
Or you find horrible,
appalling. Yeah, or like, you know, like a lot of the times people get into watches for different reasons. You might be into watches because the mechanical aspect is fascinating or so. Or some other people like watches because of how they look with them, you know, like, and maybe fashion watches sometimes fulfill that role very well. Or some people, but the whole point is that you need to respect each person's.
You need to respect her journey.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Now, this might be slightly easier if you follow the first point, right? If you actually are able to give a gift without really having some sort of expectation of, oh, this person has to like it or anything, then you're going to be more at ease with the fact that this person might not like it or might only use it on special occasions.
You're setting yourself up for success anyway.
Yeah,
but actually this also might help you understand why, or like what we're trying to tell you. According to Roger, empathetic understandings is just very simply have the empathy to try to understand the other person, try to view it from their perspective and respect it. So if she ends up chucking the watch in a drawer and not liking watches, it is what it is. And if she ends up liking horrible watches that you hate, it is what it is. Our last tips, and this might be the hardest one, we cannot promise you anything, and you should try to empathically understand her watch journey and respect it, or their watch journey if you're not trying to convince your girlfriend.
And look, I mean, I'm not saying that you all of a sudden don't need to have any sort of talk about it, you know. On the contrary, I think it's nice to also share different people's perspectives. For example, I like wearing a watch since the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. You sometimes don't wear a watch.
I don't like wearing watches when I'm in my comfy clothes. I just don't like it.
Yeah, and I always say, like, why are you not wearing a watch? Like, why do you ask me for the time? You know, you should be wearing a watch. But then I understand that that's the way she enjoys wearing her watches. Like,
I also understand it's quite annoying that I'm asking you what time is it, even though I have like a bunch of watches in a watch box.
and I imagine there's also some other things that you don't necessarily like about my watch collecting. Like, I'm very specific, I don't know, with like, oh, I can only have one watch with this characteristic and one watch with this characteristic. And you're like, just
so if you get your girlfriend or the person who you're trying to convince into watches, or if they're already into watches, this point goes for everyone in the whole watch community. Just try to be empathetic and try to understand the other person's perspective and respect it. That's it.
Yeah, and I think this kind of is what every single person that at least I've seen on the YouTube space kind of tries to tell you. Like, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a hobby, right? And if you're adding tension to your relationship or to, I don't know, to like even to yourself just because you bought a watch to someone and they don't use it, or you would like this to be your partner, then that might show other things. Then
it's not about the watch.
That's not the watch, probably.
That's something else.
But anyway, this was our first video. As you can see, we're still figuring things out, and I hope these tips are useful for you.
Let us know.
Let us know. Yeah, definitely let us know in the comments if any of these tips are useful. If you don't think they're useful, you can always give us some feedback, or also when it comes to the production. And also let us know also if you've actually tried to get someone into watches and how that experience went. Like, we would
love to know.
Yeah, we would love to know. I mean, I think that the watch community is, I mean, we need more people into the hobby, right? And anything that helps.
We need more people infected with
the watch bag. exactly. So like anything that helps getting people into the hobby, we would like to read it. And subscribe to our channel. We will be dropping one video a month or something like that. Trying to at least. And if you have any suggestions on topics that you would like to see from us, always related with psychology and philosophy, let us know. And we hope to see you in another video of the Watchbox.
Bye.
Bye.